Greetings, everyone. Today is Thursday, and I hope whenever you're watching this, you've either had a good day or going to have a good day. And so we just pray that for you today. Today we're looking at another song of ascent, and this is Psalm 126. But before we do that, we're in front of the etchings in the glass in our narthex. Let me just pick this up and move the camera a little bit. But this first glass is the ascension, is that Jesus, the resurrection, and Jesus claiming victory over death. We have here I think a depiction of the ascension, where the throne is here, and the Lamb is going up into the heavens. The proclamation, the horn, is the proclamation that Christ is seated at the right hand of God. And then on the next frame, we have the Spirit coming down, and that's representative of the flames of fire as in Pentecost. And I really like this one because it's the Word, the Ten Commandments, turning into the writings of the prophets and the apostles, and then finally making its way into what we have today as the Word of God, the Bible. And then at the very bottom, I don't know if you can see it or not, it says, "I believe." And so I like that. I like that frame a lot because that really is what the Word is about. It's about believing that this means something to us. So let's look at this. Let's look at this psalm for today. Psalm 126. When the Lord restored the fortunes of Zion, we were like those who dream. Then our mouth was filled with laughter and our tongue with shouts of joy. Then they said among the nations, "The Lord has done great things for them. The Lord has done great things for us. We are glad. Restore our fortunes, O Lord, like streams in the Negeb. Those who sow in tears shall reap with shouts of joy. He who goes out weeping, bearing the seeds for sowing, shall come home with shouts of joy, bearing his sheaves with him." That's a really good psalm for today. I like the ending part particularly. Those who sow in tears shall reap with shouts of joy. You get the picture of a farmer doing the hard work of getting his fields ready and planting. But then that's all he can do. He then waits. But that work is hard. I mean, they call it hard work because it's hard. It's not, if it were easy, everyone would do it. But farming is hard work, and sowing can be very difficult. It can be challenging. And so the idea here is that you sow in the tears, in sweat and blood, but the harvest will be joyous. They shall reap with shouts of joy, shall come home with shouts of joy, bringing his sheaves with him. You know, a lot of times when we go through hardships like we've been going through, challenges like we've been going through with this pandemic, it's really hard to see the back end. It's really hard to envision joy coming. But we're getting there, and that's where we're headed. This thing is coming to an end, and we will have our lives back, and there will be joy, shouts of joy as a result. But what a long journey this has been. This has been so trying on so many levels for so many people. And then when you add all the other chaos that has come in just recently with the protests and the rioting and all the talk that has been going on. I mean, it just is, it is ongoing, it seems. But those are the moments where you sow in tears. You have faith in those tears, in those hardships. You still cling to your faith, and at the back end, we will reap what we sow. We will bear the seed for growing. But we shall come home with shouts of joy, bringing sheaves with us. We shall reap with shouts of joy. That is the end game to all of this. Whether it's a short-term challenge or a long-term challenge, the final piece is that we have a God who came, who has risen, and now who is seated at the right hand of God, being a part of our lives through the word that we're reading, giving us the hope, giving us the promise that we can get through it, that he will not fail us, and we will not fail. It may be hard at first, but we will reap with shouts of joy. One day, and it's for this short-term challenge, it's coming soon. For the long-term life challenge, it will come when we are with him in heaven. And so that's today's word, Psalm 126. So God's blessings, and we'll see you next time.